Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Lamborghini Preem talking this boxing shit. You already know I'm here to talk about this motherfucking Triple G versus Canelo decision. Man, first off, let me say it was a good ass fight, man. I mean, I expected it to be, a good scrap and everything, but it turned out to be, it exceeded my expectations, man. Exceeded it thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? Up until the decision. But I already knew it was going to be some fuck shit with the decision. I told y'all, man. Triple G wasn't coming out this motherfucker unless he stretched Canelo. He wasn't coming out this motherfucker with no W like that. You know what I'm saying? He would have had to totally blank that motherfucker on some Floyd shit. And even then, I think he would have lost because on my card, man, I had Triple G up 9 rounds to 3. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even after some reconsideration, I was generous, and so I gave Canelo the 12th round, so that made it 8-4. But he still lost. It's still a clear victory for Triple G, and they fucking made it a draw. I'm like, God damn. When I heard that motherfucking card for motherfucking Canelo, nigga, 118, 110, come on, son. Triple G only won 2 rounds. Fuck out of here, yo. Yeah, that judge, Adelaide Bird, she already had her shit filled in before she even came into the motherfucking arena and shit, man. The fuck out of here with that shit. And then the other nigga with the card, whoever had the draw, you fucked up too. This shit wasn't a draw. I mean, I hear a bunch of Canelo fans, man. I done watched that fight like 2 more times since yesterday, man. I hear the shit that they saying. I feel you, like, real talk, like, I understand that you're a fan of this guy, and he did do some good work in spurts, but it reminded me a lot of like how Broner fight. You know what I'm saying? You know how Broner just come on like in little spurts and shit, and that shit was scraping him by for the longest, and then he fucking ran into a nigga like Garcia, and that shit just wasn't working because that jab was in his face. This fight was very similar to that, yo. In my opinion, at least. You know, where Broner would do some good work in spots, but it wasn't nowhere near enough to win him the fucking fight. And this is the same kind of thing. My scorecard was similar in that fight. It was 9-3 Mikey Garcia in that one. For the same reasons, you know what I'm saying? Broner wasn't doing shit, just like Canelo wasn't doing shit. Listen, man, I don't give a fuck what you do. You can't take 2 minutes off in the round and then come on strong for the last 45 seconds. Not even 45 seconds. You really only came on strong for the last 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But you broke that shit up. So, like, in the last minute, in the first 15 seconds of that shit, you went off on the motherfucker and then made him chase you a little bit, chase you, buy a little time. Then when he come back in, shoot another spurt on some Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler shit. But at least with Ray Leonard, man, he was landing shots. Them shits was landing, and he had more volume overall. You know what I'm saying? This shit right here, man, Canelo ain't winning nothing, man. They say he landed more power shots, but I did not see that, man. And to be honest, the way Triple G jab was landing, that shit was landing like it was a power shot. I mean, that motherfucking Canelo head was popping back like crazy. That's another thing too, man. Canelo looked huge on the scales, man. I thought he was going to be, ready for this shit. And plus, I always attributed his lack of stamina at 154 to him, not really to him killing himself to make weight. And, that has a astounding effect on people, Yeah, like I was saying, I definitely thought, because he was killing himself to make weight, that it was going to really benefit him exponentially to have this extra weight for this middleweight shit. But, yo, he had the same fucking stamina problems that he always had. It was pretty surprising. And then the thing that really surprised me the most, though, is not only Canelo chin, because that did surprise me a lot, because he took some hellacious shots, man, but Triple G's chin. I mean, everybody who fought Canelo always talk about how much power he got, how strong he is, how heavy them shots is. And Triple G ate them shits. I mean, ate them shits. That was like some motherfucking, like he was an android for real. The only time Triple G, you could tell he felt something was when Canelo went to that body. I was surprised Canelo ain't go to the body more. I mean, this shit is wild, when somebody's head is that wide open, I mean, you gotta take the shot, but at the same time, it's like, shit, man. This guy, like, when he went to the body, Triple G, that was the only time he slowed down even from, you know, his stalking pursuit of him, because he was cutting off the ring and stalking the shit out of Canelo. That was the first time I really seen, since the Floyd fight, somebody make Canelo fight when he didn't want to fight. And even Floyd didn't really exploit that too much because he was older himself, so he was taking breaks himself, you know what I'm saying? But Triple G was fucking forcing that pace like a motherfucker. I was like, God damn, man. You gotta give Triple G his respect. He really impressed me. He really impressed me, because tonight he showed me he was a better fighter than Canelo. All the way around. Better boxer, better everything. You know what I'm saying? And once he lost respect for Canelo's power, that was ironically the best thing that ever happened to Canelo, because it allowed him to, you know, he got a little reckless with his shots, and he just started swinging for the fences, knowing that Canelo really couldn't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So I think that may have been what cost him the 12th round in my opinion, because he had it in the bag. You know, he had won the first minute or so of it, but actually, nah, I wouldn't say the first minute or so, because Canelo came on strong that first minute. And then Triple G came back on strong in the second minute. And the third minute, Canelo came on strong, but then so did Triple G. So it was kind of even that last minute, you know. So it was, that's a round, like I said, I could see people giving that to Canelo, but I just can't see nobody. I can't understand anybody who gives Canelo 7 rounds in this fight to win. I just can't see that shit. Even the draw was a motherfucking stretch. The 7-5 card, Triple G, I can respect it. I can respect it, because maybe you could find another round to give Canelo in between 4 and 10. You know what I'm saying? 4 and 11. Maybe you can find another round to give him. Maybe you could give him the 11. I wouldn't. I thought Triple G thoroughly dominated in the 11th. And basically, the only other round that was even competitive was the 10th, but Canelo just didn't do enough fucking work, man. He just didn't, not in my opinion. Look, man, countering the shit, I love counters, you know what I'm saying? I love pure boxers. I love those guys, but to keep it real, man, you gotta do more than that. When you got a guy constantly in your face, constantly landing his jab, constantly applying pressure, because to me, if the guy's applying pressure and landing his jab, that is effective aggression. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't. Because, look, fuck landing the right hand. He ain't got to land shit else. If he's pursuing, not even pursuing, just forcing the fight on Canelo, or not even on Canelo, just forcing the fight on any other fighter and landing shots. Yeah, like I was saying, once you get into a situation where you down on the cards like that, man, you got to just... you got to put in more effort. Well, not even more effort. You just can't. You got to go harder. You got to throw more punches. That's just basically what it is, man. Ain't even no sense even going no deeper in this shit. The bottom line, in my opinion, is Triple G not only had the effective aggression throughout the fight, but he also landed more jabs, and he had control of the rounds for way more time. Like, it was a long stretch of rounds where Canelo just didn't even do shit, man. I don't know, man. I can't. I personally, like I said, I can't understand nobody giving Canelo enough rounds to win this fight. I can't see the draw either. I didn't think he had nowhere near that many rounds. Like I told y'all, the 7-5 cards was kind of a stretch, you know, but it wasn't a stretch. I mean, okay, I could see giving Canelo 5 rounds maximum. I cannot see you giving him enough for the draw, and I cannot see him winning this fight. But I mean, it all played out perfectly, you know what I'm saying? This is a cash grab. But to me, I don't need to see the rematch. I already know Triple G is the better fighter. And I do expect that if he's able to, if they don't push this shit too far off into the future, where Triple G fuck around, come in and get old overnight, if that shit don't happen, I expect him to stop Canelo. He's too big, too strong, too everything. You know what I'm saying? Canelo's stamina issues, man, them shit's not going away. In this next fight, he's going to fade in the middle rounds the same way. But this time, Triple G won't be as, you know, afraid. You know what I'm saying? I won't say afraid, because I don't want to say afraid. I'll just say he was cautious. Those counters early was sharp, and they was catching him. And it seemed to have an effect on Triple G. But once he settled into the fight, encounters wasn't shit. He was eating them shits like Skittles. Like, god damn. I'm like I said, man, Triple G just really impressed me, man. He had, for him to land that jab so, like, basically whenever he wanted to on a guy like Canelo, you got to respect that. You got to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, I'm sorry, I had lost my train of thought for a second, but yeah, when you a guy, like, it thoroughly impressed me because we know from all the Canelo opponents that he has power. We know from all Canelo opponents that he has very underrated defense. The man, his upper body movement especially, and it showed in the fight, but he still got touched. He still got touched, man. And I feel like, man, he got hurt a few times, especially late in that fight, man. I feel like if Triple G would have turned it on a little earlier on him, I mean, it's no telling how this shit would have ended up, because it looked like Canelo was ready to go, especially in that 9th round. He looked like he was on his last motherfucking leg. And then when he was coming up off that chair from in between rounds, from 9, 10, 11, that motherfucker was sitting on that stool for dear life. There's another thing that remind me of Broner. Staying on the motherfucking chair trying to suck in as much wind as he possibly can. Meanwhile, Triple G over in the motherfucking corner looking like Ivan Drago. Like, if he dies, he dies. I mean, yo, when Canelo hit that man with that flush right hand, the same joint that fucking stretched Amir Khan in them. You know what I'm saying? The same shit that flatline motherfucking Kirkland. Same motherfucking shot. Triple G ate that motherfucker like it wasn't nothing and kept coming. He didn't even slow down. I was like, man, yo, you gotta respect that shit. I respect that shit. And personally, like I said, I always prefer guys that make motherfuckers miss. You know what I'm saying? I prefer to see that. I love the sweet science employed more so than I like to see guys do the rock'em sock'em robot shit. But at the same time, man, this kind of shit, you just gotta respect Triple G, man. Triple G is undefeated still in my opinion. He soundly beat Canelo Alvarez, and I feel like if they fight again, he probably gonna knock Canelo out. I understand what they're doing. They're gonna, charge it up again. They got the money off this one. You're going to get the money off the Cinco de Mayo one. They probably going to have to do it again because, to be honest, I think this is Triple G's cash out fight. I think this is very close to the end for him. After he fight Canelo again, I'll be very surprised if he fights anyone after that. I'll be very surprised. I don't think he's going to have too many more fights left in him. He got like maybe 2-3 more. He already 35. It's time to start packing that shit up. So I do, especially with a style like Triple G, as often as he gets hit, I don't see too many more. So the next fight is going to be a big money fight for him, and then I expect him to either have one more fight to cash out or, just retire after that, because that's how I see it going. But as for Canelo, I don't know what the fuck he going to do, man, because even if he somehow beat Triple G in a rematch, right? Because he's not a better fighter than Triple G. He's just not. But if he beats Triple G in a fucking rematch, I don't see him beating Jamal Charlo at all. I don't see him doing that. I also don't see him getting past Demetrius Andrade, my nigga Boo Boo. Shout out Boo Boo. I don't see him getting past him. And I don't even see him getting past, what's the name? What's the other motherfucker, man? God damn, his name escapes me at the moment. Oh, man, the other killer at middleweight, man. God damn. It'll come back to me. But right now, just Charlo alone, he's not going to get past Charlo. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I see it. I don't see it, I can't see that at all. Oh, Danny Jacobs. The motherfucking king at middleweight, in my opinion, right now. Danny Jacobs. A Triple G got a chance against Danny Jacobs, but now that Danny Jacobs know that body's soft and he got the confidence from that last fight, I can't see Triple G beating him. But I damn sure don't see Canelo fucking with Danny Jacobs at all. No way, no how, as Rob Parker was saying. No way, no how. He don't beat Danny Jacobs. He don't beat Jamal Charlo, and he don't beat Demetrius Andrade. Shit, even if Lara was to come back up there, he wouldn't beat Lara. Even though Lara's slowing down. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that's the reason him his fight with Andre never happened, you know, or it still hasn't happened, I should say, because Lara looking to cash out, and to be honest, man, I can't even hate on that man. Go and cash out, dog. You done earned it. They done screwed you out of a lot of motherfucking decisions, you know. Go ahead and get your money, man. Then go, you know, take your L from Andre, then move on. But yeah, I had Triple G winning this fight 9-3. If you want to be generous, you can give it to Canelo. I mean, Triple G 8-4, but Canelo did not win no fucking draw. Oscar De La Hoya is somewhere thanking Jesus right now Canelo didn't get dropped. That motherfucker somewhere praying to the gods of Mount Olympus that this motherfucker ain't get dropped. You know what I mean? Because if Canelo would have got dropped, man, wouldn't have been no justification giving him, you know, no draw or none of that shit. But like I said, man, shout out to Triple G. You did your thing, dog. It was a great fight. You made me a fan tonight. All of the different things that you was able to effectively do in that ring tonight, I was thoroughly impressed. But yeah, I had a 9-3 Triple G, you know what I mean? Don't forget to check out my album, It's My Turn, the Throne Ascension LP. It's everywhere. The link will be in the description. Alright, y'all, fuck with me. 100.